So when you're going for a straight ankle, right, it's important to have this really high up in your armpit. And the biggest mistake is people are really low with their grip. So it's almost like parallel. You want to be perpendicular, and you want to be far back towards his heel as possible, like this. And then your elbow is pinching in. That's the first thing, right? It would be a mistake to push up like this because it only gives you so many options. It's nice to do this because if you have to cover and overhook and go to the heel or adjust, you can. Your feet positioning. If I do standard straight ankle, my left foot can go on his thigh. It could be on his far side thigh or pushing on his knee. My right foot is going to go just right over the top. And so when we finish the straight ankle, we're going to go to our elbow. And you're going to keep your hand up high, push off the hip and pinch your knees, and then open up your chest and flex your lat like that to finish. Alright, so that would be our standard. If you want to make it more brutal, you have your elbow, go to your shoulder and start leaning back like this. And that'll be really tight. Right? Now, if you're not doing the standard one, you can do outside Ashi, which is 2 feet together on the outside. You can do butterfly, which is my inside leg on the inside here, and then I'm stomping. But the finishing mechanics are still the same. I'm pushing, my hands up tight, I'm opening my chest, or I'm dropping and making my shoulder touch the ground. Whenever I can move my chest to be looking down, the better. The farther that my elbow sticks out, the worse it is for me. And this is where people can get injured because of the orientation, is they'll start driving forward. So, just keep in mind, I just want you guys just to drill straight ankles. Over the top, 1 and 2, pinching together, finishing here, elbow, or on the shoulder. Yeah, you can do it from any position, from single leg X, you can do it from standing, whatever you guys want. Just get into the habit of straight ankle, and then we'll do some defense from there. Okay? 1, 2, 3. So, on your back, please. So, I'm going to show you guys how to survive a little bit, and then I'll show you guys how to escape this one. I think it's important knowing what to do. So, a nice entry from the top position is we're stepping in, not quite headquarters, we're overhooking, putting our hand on the hip, and then we're going to step in, rotate a leg around, and then sit right to it. So a nice counter to that on staying safe is, obviously, whenever you're in guard, you should be connected, right? Having some hooks, whatever. But if your foot lingers here, right, and she falls, notice how, go ahead and do it. When she falls, there's a little bit of time before there's pressure. So I want you to just get up to your feet, retract this left leg and come all the way up. So use that momentum as she's coming down, come right up. Now this doesn't take you out of danger, but you can survive it a little bit here, right? So anytime someone does it from passing, just come right up, right? So one more time. All right, I make a mistake, it's up here. She goes, I retract this one, and I come right up. And then I can start passing single leg X, right? Okay, so if we're seated now, what can you do to kind of buy yourself time? The first thing is distance control, right? So I can either grab her head, elbow. Sometimes I don't have access to those, so I can grab and rear naked choke. I just want to make sure that she stays close to me, because the farther she is away from me, the more likely is to finish the submission. So here, you might have to go 2-on-1 until you can grab this, because her shoulder might be away. You can go near side and head. This is less ideal because she can still rotate, but you can keep her up, you know, coming on the inside. The other thing is if she is starting to tilt over, it's this knee, right? If this knee keeps driving over like this, it's a lot easier for her to finish. But if I can control this knee line, and then she starts going, right, her ability to finish decreases substantially. And the last thing is kicking straight forward, go ahead and set it. Kicking straight forward and then flexing your foot, right? If you have a real strong muscle here and your flex is real strong, when she tries to go back, I should be able to stop her from finishing, just having my foot flexed, right? So again, it's distance control, head, elbow, if you're in the gi collar, or you can go the near side arm, you can renegade choke just to stop her from pushing away. Controlling the knee so she can't push this over and start to create space and to go belly down or even finish from here. If I can control myself and stay on the inside, now it's going to be harder to finish, or kicking my leg through and flexing. And just doing this should buy you enough time where you can start to escape just by kicking your foot straight and then flexing it up. Okay, any questions? Just play around with that. I want your partner to try to finish straight ankle. I want you to just survive, you know, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and then we'll do some escape with that. All right, 1, 2, 3. So your first one would be the knee nice and tight. So just controlling the head, the elbow, kicking through, putting on the boot. And even if he starts tilting over, that's okay. We can shed this, hop over, and it's important to get on the inside, right? Inside position. Because once we're here, right? As long as I can prevent this leg from coming over and this hook from coming in, you can't finish straight ankle, right? You can just retract your leg and come up, or he'll just let go and he'll start to pass. So again, that'll be just putting on the boot. So sometimes he starts going, you might have to just cup the knee, push, pummel on the inside, or you're grabbing the head, kicking through, shedding, and then pummeling on the inside, right? So we should know that one. If he starts going over and I can't reach his head, but I notice that he'll tilt a little bit. So what I'm going to do is, you should flex your foot a little bit, if you can, and I know we want to hug it with this side, but we got to commit and hug with this right arm. We're going to retract our leg, we're going to post, and we're going to tilt him over. So here, tilt him over, and I start stepping back in like an arching circle. Then I can start feeling this leg. And the reason why I step back is because if I'm squared here, he can still extend and finish it. But if I start stepping back, this leg becomes weak, and then I can start shedding this and then hopping over. So one more time on that. All right, so he's over there and he's going, right? It's not over, right? He's not completely belly down and he has some tension on there, but I still feel okay. Right hand is going to cup. You're going to retract, post, tilt. Put weight into that foot right away, and then back step. And the final one is he's over to his side, but you can't tilt him over, right? If you're here, you can't go, can't grab his head. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hug his knee. Okay, so I'm going to hug his knee. I'm going to post real far, scoot, switch my hips, and then pummel on the inside. Because anytime he's really, really tight here, I can't tilt him over, I can't put on the boot, I have to just post real far, extend it on the inside, and then I can start coming up and then passing. Okay? So those are the three main. Let's just drill any variation from there. Any questions? All right, 1, 2, 3.